What was the main reason you started getting into this crazy freaking career? Because I know pro wrestling, I've been a professional fighter, I did everything, and then I went to professional wrestling, and I got injured way more than I got injured in professional fighting. So I got like, oh, I got to really watch out. But so, how do you choose a profession like that?
Well, the reason I got into it is I was trying to gain my father's love.
Yeah.
I was, just come out of high school. I did very well in school. I wanted to be an architect. That was my dream. I loved drawing, looking at homes and houses and buildings and the shapes and everything, man. It was so beautiful. But that's what I wanted to be. But I came out of high school and my father never attended anything I ever did. He never came to a ball game. He never went to graduation or anything like that. And I'd see him once or twice a year, for about a day, day and a half. Then he'd be gone again. And any child, man, regardless of what you're going through, they always have this dream of daddy saving them. And I wanted my dad to be proud of me and hoist me up on his shoulders and bring me in, because I knew I was on the outside of what was going on. I knew I wasn't the focus of his focus. So I went to visit him and told him that I was going to go into, try to go to college. And he's like, well, I hope you don't want anything from me, Okay, why would I want anything from you? You haven't given me anything your whole life, a couple of nights later, youth, ignorance, and alcohol got into it. And my brain told me if I wanted my dad to be proud of me, that I needed to challenge one of those wrestlers. And I did. And this guy beat the living crap out of me. He stretched my ass, man. He made me squeal like a little girl, man. All the fans were laughing at me and just really pissing themselves laughing at me. And I was mortified. I couldn't believe what had happened to me. And I crawled back to the locker room because I couldn't walk. And my father looked down at me and said, I'm going to show you, you're gutless and you'll never amount to anything. And that's not what I wanted to hear. And I remember that night because that night is when I made my deal with I told the devil, man, that I prayed to the devil that night. You help me get to the top of the wrestling world. I'll do anything. I'll cheat. I'll lie. I'll steal. I'll do drugs, whatever it takes to get me to where my father has to respect and love me.
So
and the lesson I learned there, man, was you can't expect anybody to love you in the flavor you want. You got to accept what love is there.
Yeah.
And see, that's not what I believed. I believed everybody should live in the Leave It to Beaver household. But we all know that's not true. That's part of learning life. And that's the reason I got into wrestling, man, because I wanted to break it off of my father's rear end. And, he never told me, not once, that he was proud of me in my career. He would tell other people he was proud of me, but would not tell me. And I forgave him for his wrongs I guess about 5-6 years before he died. And you don't get to choose who your father is, And it's hard, man.
But all these years later, decades later, Jake the Snake Roberts is a much bigger name in pro wrestling than Grizzly Smith ever was. Does that matter? Does that matter? Is that important?
No.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please help me out and like this video, then click the subscribe and get notifications buttons so you don't miss any of my latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Follow us on Facebook at The Hannibal TV for more live streams and videos. And while you're at it, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Hannibal TV.